I'm going to be turning this pile of dirt into a $100 Japanese ball, which is only one of the 3 ancient ball making techniques I will be trying to make in this video. Now, in order to make this ancient Japanese dirt ball, notice the Duro Dango, we first need to do a few things. First, just need some dirt, but it could take up to 30 hours to make a single ball. So it's very important that I make no mistake, otherwise I have to restart. So now that I have the dirt, I have to now literally sift out the dirt. And this is because there can't be any chunks or rocks in our precious Duro Dango, which may seem like an easy task, but it takes a lot longer than you may think. This literally took me over an hour and a half to do, and I'm about to make a very big mistake. All right, finally, I have finished it up, and check this out. It is perfect. So now that we have the fine dirt, the next step is to pour some water into it and start to shape up the ball. But I do need to be careful of not pouring too much water, otherwise I have to restart. Okay, we're gonna start with that. Ugh. This feels super weird. I'm hoping this is gonna go super smooth and easy, but I have a feeling something is just gonna be going terribly wrong. Fingers crossed though. Uh-oh, might have poured too much water. Hopefully not. I don't think it's supposed to be this squishy. Why is it flattening like this? I'm starting to get the shape of the sphere now. I'm worried I put too much water because it's still like, I think way too squishy, but I guess this will have to do for now. Okay, so now that we have the ball shape, I actually have to put it in a plastic bag, and then it has to sit on a pillow for 10 to 12 hours. This little Duro Dango is getting luxury spa treatment. We'll come back and check on this tomorrow though. This table is a bit dirty, not as bad anymore. So while we wait for the Duro Dango to dry, we have the next ancient ball technique. So I got this epoxy resin kit, and the goal is to make galaxy themed resin ball. And I've seen this guy on YouTube that makes these resin balls, and they look really good. So that's the goal, and we got just about everything in this kit that we could need. So I think I just need to mix these two together, and then we pour it into the sphere mold. I am very excited to see how this is gonna turn out, but to say this would be easy would be very wrong, because the hard part is gonna be putting it in the sphere, because it comes apart like this. Okay, I think we mixed it enough. Now I gotta figure out how to put it in here. And we gotta add all the colors and stuff. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just hope it looks good. Pour some, whoa, that's a lot. And then we add the next layer. Gonna add some blue shards for the next layer. Third layer going down. You know, it is actually starting to look like a galaxy. But the big question is how it's gonna look once we're done. Fourth layer going down. Okay, I finished up the first half and it's actually looking pretty good. But now I have to figure out how to add the resin on the second half, and it does not look very easy. Is this gonna close? Yeah, it closed. Okay, I'm really hoping that one, this doesn't leak, and two, that I actually pour it right. I might just use this. Yeah, this is gonna take forever. I'm not doing this. Just gonna try to pour it in. This might be a bad idea, but who cares? Hey, look at this precision. My arm's so tired. Ah! No, overfilling. Look at how close I was to overfilling it. That's crazy. No, I think that's actually perfect. Nope. Wait, is it leaking off this side? Uh-oh. That's not good. Wait, is it bad that it's leaking on that side? Should I be worried about it? Uh-oh, it just got on my hand. Is that bad? Try to see if I can fix it. Because the thing is, I can't take it apart. Otherwise, it's gonna literally go everywhere. So there's not a whole lot I can do about the leaking on the ball. So I think it only needs to sit for like a couple hours, and we'll come back to it. I just found out it has to sit for 72 hours to fully cure. I just thought it was gonna be a couple hours. But at least it does look really good, I'm not gonna lie. So now while we wait for the Duro Dango and the resin ball, we can now move on to the third ancient ball making technique. I'm gonna be attempting to make a tin-foil ball. And I've seen some other people make tin-foil balls, and somehow they just make it like super shiny. And I just have a feeling that they actually fake their videos. So we're gonna put that to the test and see if it's actually true or not. I'm gonna go grab something. This should hopefully help. Oh yeah, there we go. This one so far is the easiest out of all 3 of the ball making techniques, so I'm just hoping it's gonna turn out super shiny, but I have a strong feeling it's probably not. Okay, we have the ball shape. Now, the plan is to make it shiny. First thing we need to do is sand it down. Quick little progress update. It's starting to smooth out a ton. It's not yet shiny, but it is starting to be a lot more smooth, which is good. And then after sanding it for a while, the next step is to add metal polisher to kind of give it that shine. So I don't know if you can see, but this is what it's looking like with the metal polisher just right here in this spot. And it's actually starting to look a little bit better. So I'm gonna do it on the whole thing and see how it looks. So it's been about 3 hours of just sanding this thing down, and I've not been able to get it any shinier than this. So the goal was to make it look like this, and this is nowhere near. So this one's definitely a bust. But even though I'm disappointed that the foil ball didn't work, I'm now more excited to get back to work on the Durodongo, but it's not gonna be as easy as I thought it'd be. It is now the next day. Now it's time to see how this Durodongo looks. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's still kind of wet. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like hard. Who cares? Now, we need to start using a little cup to start shaping out the sphere and just make it more circular. I think it's just like this. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm making it worse or better? Uh-oh. I've somehow made it worse. I'm actually worried it's still a little bit too wet because on the videos I saw, it was not smushing itself like this. Let's try it again. Yeah, no, it's just making it worse. Yeah, it literally, every time I use the cup, it just keeps smushing it around. Okay, so I think the Durodongo is actually still a little bit too wet. So I'm gonna put it back in the bag and let it sit for 12 or even another day. It is now day 3 of the ball making. Hopefully our Durodongo is actually dry enough. Still kind of mushy. Yeah, the ball was definitely way too wet. And for the next couple of days, I was just hoping that the ball would dry up. But every day that went by, the ball just kept on failing. Yeah, no, it's just making it worse. And this is all because I just made a simple mistake of adding too much water earlier. So that means I had to start from square one. But now I knew exactly what I needed to do to make sure I would not make the same mistake. So I went straight to work, and after a couple hours of sifting dirt, I finished sifting the dirt. Now I need to be extra careful to not add too much water. And this time I made sure to slowly add in the water while shaping the ball instead of adding it all at once in the beginning, which did take a lot more time because I shaped this Durodongo for literally an hour and a half instead of 10 minutes like the first one. But it did lead to our new Durodongo looking so much better already. But the ultimate test to see what it's looking like overnight. Okay, I have finished up the second Durodongo, and this one seems a lot better. It's already a lot more dry than the one that's been drying for a couple days. So hopefully this will be done by tomorrow. So I'll check in tomorrow. It is day 5, and I think our second Durodongo is looking much better. So let's find out with rounding it out. This did not work very well with the last Durodongo, so hopefully it's better this time. And thankfully, the cup actually started rounding out the ball instead of just smushing the ball around like the last one. I'm gonna round out the ball, and I'll be back when I'm done. So now that it's looking more like a sphere, we now need to take the fine dirt, and I just take this dirt and I sprinkle it on the ball like this. And then I kind of just rub it in like so. And then I do that around the entire ball for probably a couple more hours. Okay, I just finished it up and it is starting to look really good. But I'm gonna let it sit for a couple minutes because now we get to check on the resin ball because it's finally done. Gotta clean this off. Perfect. Okay, this is our Galaxy resin ball and it looks like it's fully hardened up. Now I need to just take it apart. It's a little stuck on it because the leak here hardened up and it's like sealing it tight. This is really stuck on there. The resin literally sealed the two molds together. This should do the trick though. So this is the final product of the resin ball. It was supposed to look like a galaxy like this, and I mean, it kind of looks like it, but if you look at the top here, it's kind of, because it was leaking off the side, it took a lot from the top, so it's not like a full ball anymore. But I'm curious to see what it looks like if we put a flashlight under it. But when I add a flashlight into it, it actually looks a lot better. So it doesn't look half bad, but when we take it off, it looks pretty bland. So with the flashlight on, it actually looks pretty good. So now that we finished up the Galaxy ball, it's now time for the final step of the Durodongo. For the last step with the Durodongo, all I have to do is just polish it, which should probably only take like 10 minutes or so. Well, that took a bit longer than I was expecting, but we have finished up the Durodongo and it is now fully polished. So we have our Galaxy resin ball and we have our failure of our foil ball. And for the big reveal, our Durodongo. And I think it's pretty safe to say that the Durodongo definitely beat both of these, but they were all really fun to make. And if I didn't add too much water in the Durodongo, this one would have been so much more fun. But let me know which one was y'all's favorite in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed the video, then please subscribe and hit that like button. Peace out, everybody.